Welcome back, my fellow Jovians. Today, we continue our briefing about our glorious machines that our brave and great fleet utilizes in its duty to protect us and take the fight back to those Earthnoids. Damn you, Earthnoid! This is part 2 of this series, so be sure to check out part 1, as these MSs, these mobile suits, are directly related to the Batalla that we discussed in the first part. That's an order. Go! Now, let us begin with the EMS-07 Elebado, which means elevator in Spanish. I don't know, elevator is, I guess it's an elevation in like performance. So maybe that's why it's called an elevator, right? Why is it all Spanish though? Are we really, are all our ancestors Spanish or something? Like, I don't know, man. I thought we were just Jovians, but apparently not. Why is it, why can't it be like another language? Like, I don't know, like Hungarian, you know, like the EMS-07 lift. Since almost every Jovian mobile suit is based on a Batalla, in general, all of the later suits are basically a Batalla Plus model. Each is essentially a Batalla fitted with highly specialized parts to function in very specific roles. This xenomorph-looking thing functions as a high-performance model that is reserved for aces and very likely for reconnaissance as well. What am I talking about? Well, you see that head? Well, it's not just a rip-off of the xenomorph, it's actually functional. Inside it are multiple sensors that could give the mobile suit AWACS capabilities. This would allow it to function as a reconnaissance element, scanning and data logging whatever it is that they need. It's the same as the Recon Zaku, Isaac, or the EOX Jagan. But thanks to the miniaturization of technology, the advanced and complex sensors can now be fitted inside the head without requiring an oversized piece. While the head of the Elevado is bigger, or longer to be exact, it is obviously a whole lot smaller compared to older Recon suits. Well, aside from the Recon Zaku. Also, if you look closely, you can see these like square dots here and there. Right, I think these things are like extra sensors as well. That's just my theory though. But unlike those mobile suits, the Recon mobile suits, the Elevado can also, and seems to, mainly function as an offensive element. The backpack of the Batalla has been replaced with these flexible thruster nozzles, which, unsurprisingly, makes this thing a bit of a fast boy. Turns out, the Arana's flexible thrusters were a technology that the Jovians already had. They just applied it to a lesser model. They made like a cheaper version of those things and, you know, applied it to a cheaper model. Other than that, the only other difference with Batalla is its left arm. The beam shield has been removed, but in its place is an integrated beam saber and machine gun. They also have these like two claws there, but they don't really stick out for the integrated weapons, so they're kind of weirdly positioned. But it seems that they work, so I can't really complain, I guess. The rest of the construction is just the Batalla, albeit with cosmetic differences, right? It's black, and they got all these extra spiky bits, right? You gotta put all these extra spiky bits, right? Gotta make it look extra evil. Strike fear in their hearts. What comes after the number 7, you may ask? 8. That is the number of the next model, the Diona. This is Spanish for Diona. This supposedly new type mobile suit is, just like everything else, built on the Batalla chassis.
But Junior, I looked at the wiki. It doesn't say that the Diona is based on Batalla.
That's how Earth people sound like. You're not from Earth, are you? That is indeed the case, but I think the wiki is wrong because this first-party source, or I think it's a first-party source, says otherwise. Maybe it's a bad translation. It is Google Translate after all, but I'm still gonna go with this one. But yes, this is supposedly Jupiter's very own new type suit, though we haven't actually seen it do any of the usual new type stuff like deploying bits and all that. In fact, we barely see it at all. From what we know, this mobile suit is used by Dogati's royal guards, but it seems that these guards are more or less eye candy for the old man. We don't really see them fight. In fact, in the only scene we see them in, they were only there for like propaganda purposes. fire 2 shots and get out. That's literally what they said. It's kind of disappointing, really. You call these guys elite, but they barely do anything. Supposedly, this performs on the same level as the Elebado, but obviously, this one's more pleasing to the eye. I guess, I don't know. The most obvious aspect of this mobile suit is the feminine shape. You have the odd-looking alien things for the standard military mobile suits. Then you have this thing. A woman. You see that face? That's just a piece of metal. The actual eyes are up there in the headgear. Looks like Chica from Five Nights at Freddy's. I guess the other way around, since this one came way before Chica. With the head being as big as it is, I think it actually may still have the sensors of the Elebado inside. But beyond that, there's nothing overtly different about it. The legs do look longer, and it doesn't look like they can retract them. For weapons though, it's only been seen carrying the standard Jovian beam rifle. One did carry this giant heat naginata, but this was for the mobile armor. It was escorting that time. It's honestly just eye candy. Just look how cute it is. Wow. There's a custom version of this called the Diona Angel, but it's literally just this thing with a run of parts modified to fix it, and a weapon container on its back, and they also strap a giant wing to it. The EMS-09 Vagon, or Wagon in Spanish. CC! Oh, I got it right! This might be the first wheeled mobile suit in the UC timeline. I can't think of another one earlier than this. Like, the Dom series is similar, but that uses hovercraft principles. So, I guess we Jovians invented the whole wheel MS thing, baby! Hey, we're smart. This was what the Jovian Empire used for surface operations. Mainly on moons, because, well, they literally want to blow up the Earth. Well, kind of. They want to make the Earth, what do you call that? An irradiated wasteland with no life on it. So, I guess this, yeah, sure, why not? This is the Earth use suit. Anyway, the main difference between this and the Batalla is obviously the head. If you look closely, it looks to be a lot more armored in a way, In fact, the whole thing looks like it's more armored in general. Like the pipes on the torso are covered, the arms look thicker. You can see it especially around the shield emitter there. The Vagon has the same thrusters as the Batalla, but I don't think they can fly. Like, if they activate the main thrusters at the back of the thighs, it will literally hit its feet and probably melt it. Speaking of feet, it's got these comically long curved skis with spike thread. When it's retracted into the thighs, the curved skis will connect to another pair on the shoulders, which then forms a wheel, allowing it to zoom across the surface, the ability to stick to walls thanks to the spikes. Late UC MSs are hard enough to hit because of their small size. Imagine trying to hit one zooming around on wheels. But just like the Diona though, it doesn't really have any special weapons. It only comes with a beam rifle and a beam shield. And finally, the last model to be directly built on the Batalla chassis. The EMS-10 Pez Batalla, or Fish Battle in English, because, but yeah, I guess it kind of looks like a fish, doesn't it? This is possibly the most unique mobile suit in the UC timeline, if not in Gundam in general. Like, I can't think of another mobile suit that looks and functions the way this thing does. Yes, there are weapons that other mobile suits use that do the same thing, but those are like separate weapon system. This thing is a weapon. Obviously, the biggest and only change to the Batalla is that it doesn't have a head. Its head, or more accurately, the viewing port, is built right into the right side of its giant fin-shaped torso, with 3 sets of thrusters at the back to send this thing absolutely flying. The Pez is completely blind on its left side, which is an issue. Why can you only see on one side, you may ask? Well, that's because of the crevasse that runs from the bottom of the torso all the way to the top. Why is the crevasse there? Well, I'll tell you what. We Jovians shove a beam emitter in there. That's right. When you activate it, this mobile suit turns to a living X-head. This mobile suit doesn't need weapons, though it does carry a beam rifle, a beam saber, and it's also got these like missile launchers installed inside.
It is a weapon. What's the point of this thing?
You may ask. Firstly, how could you not know? This is basic Jovian knowledge. Are you an Earth spy? Secondly, are you perhaps aware of those flying bombs that the Japanese used in World War II? The ones where they shove someone in it and the poor lad has to pilot the damn thing into a boat? Same concept, except you get to do it more than once. Yes, the Pez Batalla's entire existence is for ramming head first, or torso first I guess, into space boats. It may seem inhumane, but when you think about it, you're sacrificing only one guy, or potentially because this is 100% survivable if you're good enough, instead of putting the lives of like at least 3 people at risk, right? You only put one guy in. It's a net positive, right? It's more humane than the latter. Right? You're saving more lives in the long run. One life for a giant boat containing multiple lives is a pretty good deal if you ask me. War will always bring death. We Jovians, we accept that fact, and that's why we have this. We care more lives about those Earthnoids. Fucking Earthnoids! That is all the standard mobile suits that the Jovian Empire uses. But that's not the end of it. No, that's not the end of it. We're far from the end. There's still the special use suits, and then there's like the other non-suits like the mobile armor, the ships, and there's also the post-Empire suits, the Thoka suits. Those guys are kind of funny. We'll get to them in time. But that is for this week's briefing, my fellow Jovians. Thanks for joining. If you like what you saw, if you want to pilot one of these things, then please join the fleet. Press that button right there, the red button that says subscribe. You'll be put into training soon enough, and you get to pilot one of these or the many other suits or mechs that we have here in the Jupiter fleet, Jupiter colony. Then you can go use that to kill Earthnoids. Total Earthnoid death, everybody. Yes. But if you're not willing to join the fleet, which is completely understandable, military life is a scary life, then you could just leave a comment or just like the video. That will help boost the algorithm thingy, and that will push to be more people that are more braver than you are, coward. They will take your place while you sit back and be a little pissy pussy boy. My personal graveyard, or the Jovian common room, the common station channel that we Jovians used to connect with each other while we're off duty on our stations, on our colonies. The Discord is in the description. Yes, I post memes there mostly. They're funny memes, but I find them funny. They might be morbid to some people, but I find them funny. I giggle at stuff that people might be called into the hospital, into an asylum for. I think I need help. Streaming! I stream my my training sessions. Yes, gaming sessions, but no, not training sessions. These training sessions are for you all to learn from. Yes, learn from my mistakes or learn from my achievements. Yes, apply that to your own piloting and tactics, and boom, you're a better pilot. Watch it. You'll learn a lot there. Glory to the colony. Glory to the Jovian fleet, to the Jupiter fleet. Glory to my fellow Jovian pilots. Take care. Kill Earthnoids. Fuck them. Total Earth death. Alright, but as you keep fucking them, that please do not die.